Off-grid instant hot water showers have just become more portable. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. So if you guys remember, I did a portable shower setup from Camplux here, and it was a great piece of kit. It blew my mind, the fact that I could have a shower with instant hot water outside my van. It was just crazy. However, the only issue is, where do I put it? Because the thing was like that size. If I had a bigger van, then obviously I could find somewhere to put it, but in a micro camper like this, it wasn't really feasible. So not only did we have the size of the heater to contend with, we also had to use one of these LPG gas bottles, which aren't light or portable. I think the one that I had was between 11 and 15 kilogram, I can't remember. So for a small camper like mine, having that shower setup in here isn't feasible until now. So Camplux reached out again asking if I'd like to review their Nano 3 Pro, and I was a wee bit hesitant because I thought it's going to be one of these big boilers again. So after I checked online, I was biting their hand off to get this, and the reason being, because you don't need to use this, you can use this. So before I show you what's inside the box, like I said, you can use these small gas canisters, or you can use the propane cylindrical ones, I'll show you here, but the fitting for these don't come as standard, so I'll show you when we unbox it. Basically in this box, all you get is the gas hose. So this is the one that Camplux will ship, and as you can see, I've cut it. And what I've done is I've attached this one, which basically fits the small canisters. I'm not going to tighten it all the way, but you get my drift. This attachment doesn't come with this kit, so bear that in mind, but I'll let you know how to get it later. And you get this wee fitting as well, and this just basically is a way for you to attach the gas hose to the heater. And then this one, in here you've got a very long 12 volt DC charging cable and shower head. In the box you'll get two coloured hoses, a blue and a red one. The blue is for the cold water, red is for the output from the shower. One of the massive things that Camplux has included with this kit, which wasn't included with the last one, is the cold water has got a water pump on it, and it's got a nice mesh grill filter, so you can put it in a lake or a lock or whatever like that. When I did the review for the other unit, I had to buy a water pump, which is now sitting in the house and I don't use. The fact I've included that is amazing, and it's also nicely attached to the water inlet with its wee cable there. In the red one, this is just the hose for getting into the unit and for your shower head to go on. One of the cool details of the hoses is, if you can see that, they're quick lock. So basically you just pull it back, put it in, and then let it go, and it attaches. So both the red and the blue have that. Look at the size of it compared to the box it comes in. So on the top of it we get a manual. How more simplistic does that look? The dimensions of the Nano Pro are 400mm length, 370mm tall, and 170mm depth. Features wise, I'm going to give you the biggest heavy hitter the Nano 3 Pro has to offer, and that is, you don't need external power to make this work. Yes, this has got its own rechargeable battery on board. This shower has got a 4000 milliamp hour battery, so it will roughly give you about 1.6 hours runtime. Do I really need to say anything else about this review? The fact that this has its own battery, is rechargeable, it uses this gas. How more portable can you get? A good thing as well about it is you can actually use this while you're charging it. So to charge it, you use a 12 volt socket connection, and at the other end you'll see this wee cable here will go into the DC in right there. And to charge it from 0 to 100, it'll take roughly about 3 hours. That's pretty decent considering you're not going to have a shower for 1.6 hours. But because this is 12 volt, you could literally just plug it into your car. If you're at a campsite, or if you're off grid, or if you just park up somewhere as beautiful as this place, and you want a shower, plug it into your car and away you go. However, what makes this more portable is if you had a smaller power station, you can just plug into the power station. Again, it's a massive leaps and bounds over the last one they sent me. And if you also remember on the other shower that we used, the bottom of the shower had a space to put 2 D-cell batteries, which was just to help get the ignition to go within the shower itself, but you still had to use an external power source for the water pump. Again, everything's all in here. So the Nano 3 Pro will give you up to 3 litres of instant hot water per minute. So if you filled up a 10-litre jug, you could have a 3-minute shower with it. 3 minutes might not be a lot for some people, but when you're off grid, it's plenty of time. If you remember on the other showers, there was a blue and a red dial. So you had 2 dials. It would be for like setting the flow rate and how hot you want the shower to be. So they've done away with that on the Nano 3 Pro, and it's just the one dial which has got the auto ignition in it. And again, turning it up, you can set your heat and lower it as well. And the water temps will go from 28 degrees to like up to 49, 50 degrees. So the Nano 3 Pro has actually got a high temp protection shut off, meaning if it goes above 50 degrees, it shuts off the gas supply. And it also has tip over protection, so if it goes above 45 degrees, it also shuts off the gas. And up the top as well, we've got 2 nice carry handles. It is very light, it's only 6.2 kilogram. So it's very light, portable and compact. So let's cover the gas. So like I said at the start of the video, you don't need to use these anymore. You can, but you don't need to use them. So you can now use these ones, and that's just a bigger brother of it. But look at the size of these. You could easily store this away rather than taking a big LPG bottle with you. And they're lighter as well, and they're cheaper. If your setup is more permanent with gas in it, then you're fine. But for anybody in a micro camper or car camping, or just goes away at the weekend for a tent camping, this is a game changer. And as I said at the start of the video, Camplux do give you the regulator to get you up and running, but again, it's for the LPG. I had to do a wee bit of digging around on the internet to find this one. If you've seen the video for all the American, or I think it's Australian, they basically get this fitting, basically screws in here, and you get this wee thing as well, and that goes into the back of the gas tank, and you just screw it in. Now the version that you get in America or Australia, they give you kind of like something like this, and you just twist it and it screws on, and then you can actually use the propane cylinder tanks here. That just makes it so much more portable, and I don't know why for the British market they went with the LPG. I eventually did find it, so then this will then screw onto there, and you can use this for your gas. In the future I'm going to cut this, so I'll bring it down to where it's just, you know, meeting the ground like there or something. So a difference I've noticed when using the small canister, and this could purely be a safety feature, but when I was putting up to temperature, it wasn't going past, I think it was 34, 35 degrees, which was pretty warm, but it wouldn't go any higher, and I think that's just because obviously the small canisters don't implode or whatever. I think with LPG you'll get the higher temperatures, and with the smaller cans you'll get, you know, the 35s kind of temperatures, which to be honest is fine for me. So if you're watching this video and the prospect of using this is tickling your fancy, you're going to need to find one of these regulators. So with the regulator they give you, it is for propane, and it needs to be a 37 bar regulator, and this one that I'm using is a butane regulator, so as long as it falls in between 28 and 30 bar, then you're good to go. And this one's 30. I will leave a link to this regulator in the comments if you want to go and pick it up. I think I got it from eBay. If you want to use this gas, you need this regulator. Right, I think I've waffled on enough. I know what you want to see it in action. Let's go. So to set it up, again, it's so simple. You just pull the flap back, and it's got the quick lock. The shower head goes on the red, and it is a pretty good length as well. And Camplux actually supplies you like a wee stand thing like that, just so it's not sitting on the ground. And then for the blue with the water pump in there, and then you just plug the water pump directly above it, like that. And then this part obviously goes in the water. And for the gas side of it, we attach this wee nozzle in the back. And then attach the gas hose. And just make sure this is nice and tight so there's no gas leakage. In this case we're using the small gas canister. And then you'll hear the gas get into it. And there you go, that's your complete setup. So as you can see, we've got the water outlet, water inlet, and then we've got our gas there. Now this wouldn't be a proper review video unless I've, messed up. I actually forgot to charge the Camplux unit before we came out, so to power it I'm going to use the new Blue80 E30. And the good thing is this is a long power cord, so we can get the Blue80 right out the way of any water, like so. And then this part will go into the power station. Look how tiny this thing is. So that's the DC on. As you can see, or barely see, the unit is now charging. So let's turn it on. Currently it's at 22 degrees and it's sitting at 22 degrees output, so let's get the water in the tank. And for this, I've got a 15 litre Ridge Monkey, and then all I'm going to do is just drop this in, like that. And we are good to go. So as you can see, all we've got is the water, we've got the can, the unit, and then it's going to the Blue80. Now you obviously wouldn't need the Blue80 if you charged it before you left. Let's get it going and see it in action. So let's open the gas up. Going to make sure that's in the stop position, and then all we do is just hit pump. And then you can see the pump working, you can hear it kicking on. And there's your water. 30 degrees, 31, 32. You can also change the head speed as well, so you can have the single stream or the full shower stream. And then when you're done, you just hit pump. And that's it. I don't think anything has to be said, does it? So let's turn it on and see how many watts the Blue80's taking. So the Blue80's only taking 52, 51 watts. That's brilliant. But look at the flow rate. Like, that's pretty strong. So another cool feature as well is if you notice on the water pump, there is mesh. The water in the jug's almost empty. We've got that. Now you've got an unlimited water source. So if you didn't have any water, the lights get you covered. And it's sitting at a nice 38 degrees as well. So if you're going to do that and you're going to put the water pump in a lake, I would make sure to put it in deep enough so that it's not pulling up all the gravel and the stones and stuff like that there. So you don't want any of that getting into the mechanism, but where I put it was fine. And then to take it down, it's just as simple as unplugging. So a good practice after using it is just to drain the unit, especially in winter months. If you leave the water in here, it can rust up or it can freeze in worst case scenario. So all you do is just tip it over and just get any standing water out of it. Just move it about just to make sure you catch it all. And then that just means it's nice and dry, or dryish. And then just pop the nozzles back on, and then you're good to go. So because we had it plugged into the Blue80 E30 while we're doing the review, it's now charged a bit, so as you can see, we've got 2 bars, and there is no power going to it at all. This is just running off the 4000 milliamp battery. And this is just a test to show it working off its own power. Power station's over there, gas is on, unit's on, filters in the water, and there you go. That's because I've got barely any water in it, but you get the point. It is working off no power other than the battery that's got on it. It's a complete all-in-one system. So there you have it, folks. If there's ever a place to showcase something like this working and show that it is real, Loch Lomond. So just remember as well, to get all the water out, make sure to unscrew shower head, and that'll get all the water out from the shower head. It would have been nice if they gave you a carry bag for all the wires and stuff, but that's fine. So who's it for? Anybody, everybody. Anyone out camping, car camping, van camping, portable groomers, dog walkers, beach days, off-grid tiny homes, the list is endless. So let's cover some of the pros and cons of it. To me, the Nano 3 Pro is the first truly portable instant hot water shower setup. Another massive pro, it's got that 4000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. Another massive one, it can use these tiny gas canisters. And another pro is obviously the instant hot water, so you could use it not just for having a shower but washing dishes as well. But I think the last massive pro for me is how easy it is to set up and just go. Another massive pro for me is just how simple it was to set up. Everything's all color coded. The fact that the water pump is included as well and it's attached straight to here, the water pump just goes straight in there. I mean, how more simple do you need it to get? So let's go on to the cons. I honestly hate that I need to put a con with this unit because this thing to me is perfect. Perfect. The con for me isn't to do with the unit, it's to do with the gas regulator that they're supplying for the British public. You're promoting this thing as a truly portable instant hot water shower. Yes, there's a massive market where people have got gas in their vans and they use these type of connections, but for myself, and a lot more people like myself who are out car camping, van camping, even going in tent camping, you're not going to take a massive LPG bottle with you. This is more convenient to take, and let me tell you as well, this doesn't use much gas, so these are going to last you just as long as the battery's going to last you in that as well. The only con for me is why Camplux is giving this regulator instead of like the one that they're giving to America or Australia and stuff like that. That's my only con. The rest of it is perfect. So guys, if you want to go and pick this beautiful thing up, I'll leave a link to it in the description. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them as best as I can. If you've been holding off on getting a shower for your van, or you just hate those wee tiny ones because you need to heat your own water up, and you only stay on campsites for their showers, then you need to seriously look at this. It's so light and it's so small. This can go on a roof box. So guys, if you did go enjoy the episode, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're going to go and pick this bad boy up, and if you haven't already, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So until the next one guys, peace.